Hey guys, it's Christy from Nourish My Gut, and today I want to talk to you about something that I have been seeing making the rounds on social media a lot lately, and that is exogenous ketones. So first I want to say that this video is not going to sell you exogenous ketones. It's mainly to educate you, and so that way you can understand what they are, what they're for, and what they're probably not so good for. I think it's really important that we make informed and educated decisions, especially when it comes to things like supplements that we put into our bodies. So I hope that this helps. And honestly, this is a very confusing topic for people who are new to a ketogenic diet. So if you know anyone that might benefit from this video, please feel free to share it with them. I appreciate it. Okay, so first, what are exogenous ketones? Exogenous ketones are basically beta-hydroxybutyrate that we ingest in the form of a supplement. The majority of ketone supplements out there are ketone salts, which means that beta-hydroxybutyrate is bound to magnesium, potassium, or sodium, or all three. This makes the beta-hydroxybutyrate molecule a little more stable and a little bit easier for us to ingest. So ketone salts are actually a 50-50 mix of something called an enantiomer. And an enantiomer is basically when there are molecules that are mirror images of each other. So when we make beta-hydroxybutyrate in our livers, we actually make the right-sided molecule of beta-hydroxybutyrate. But there are two that exist, a left-hand side and a right-hand side. So just keep in mind that when you're getting ketone salts, you are getting a 50-50 mixture of those enantiomers. There are also ketone esters, which are beta-hydroxybutyrate bound to an alcohol molecule. Ketone esters are a little more expensive, but they are a little more stable. However, you don't see them as much on the market, but you do see them a lot more in research. By the way, ketone salts are expensive, period. Now, what does the word exogenous mean? Well, the word exogenous simply means from the outside. So when we are ingesting a ketone supplement from the outside, we call those exogenous ketones. Now, if we were fasting or eating a ketogenic diet, our livers produce ketones. This is considered endogenous ketone production. And basically, when you are ingesting exogenous ketones, you are actually bypassing ketogenesis, which is the pathway that produces ketones and puts you into ketosis. But since you actually have a measurable amount of ketones in your blood, also known as ketonemia, a lot of supplement companies are able to make the claim that exogenous ketone supplements put you into ketosis. So who actually benefits from taking an exogenous ketone supplement? Well, first of all, if you are eating a ketogenic diet for therapeutic purposes, an exogenous ketone supplement can actually be very beneficial for you. Usually people who are eating a ketogenic diet for therapeutic purposes are doing it for epilepsy, another neurological condition, some disorders like GLUT1 deficiency, and also sometimes as an adjunct treatment to normal cancer therapies like in gliomas. And so what they need is they need to maintain a therapeutic level of ketosis. And sometimes that can't be achieved through diet alone. Or, believe it or not, even though we love keto a lot, it doesn't mean that everybody else does. And for some, especially children, it can be a little more difficult. So this is where exogenous ketones can come in and help them maintain that level of therapeutic ketosis. Now, if you're an athlete and or you have a low body fat percentage, exogenous ketones can be very beneficial to you. Why? Because they are an immediate form of energy that you can use. This can be really beneficial for athletes, especially ones that do things like marathons, because just like what we know of with marathoners, they usually take a quick-acting carbohydrate. Well, taking an exogenous ketone supplement is the same thing. It's a quick-acting form of energy because now their bodies don't need to produce it. They're able to just ingest it and use it right away. If you have a lower percentage of body fat, you may have a lower ketone production, which may lead to lower energy levels because you have less of your own body fat to tap into to make that energy. Okay, so what group of people do exogenous ketones not work the best for? Well, if you were guessing people who are trying to lose body fat, you are correct. Because as I stated earlier, when you take exogenous ketones, you're basically raising your ketone levels, but not from your own body fat stores. In fact, when you flood your bloodstream with other ketones, it signals to your body to slow down or even stop the production of ketones from your own body fat stores. So it's a little bit counterintuitive for what you're looking for. Now, can exogenous ketones help to fuel your workout, which can possibly help some of your goals? Yeah, of course. And honestly, in research, it shows that exogenous ketones can actually help with one aspect of weight loss that a lot of people struggle with, which is hunger. Exogenous ketones can help lower some of the hormones that stimulate hunger. But overall, it's probably not going to do as much for fat loss as simply fasting, intermittent fasting, or eating a ketogenic diet can do for you. Now, there are a lot of companies out there that make a lot of claims and promises on what you can do with exogenous ketones to speed up that fat loss. They ask you to intermittent fast. They ask you to eat a low-carb diet. And at that point, if you're getting results, you really need to ask yourself, did those results come from the ketones, or did they come from a combination of everything that they asked you to do, including eating that low-carb diet and intermittent fasting? Or does it even have anything to do with the ketones at all? If you're still thinking about taking exogenous ketones, make sure you do your research before just buying ketones off of someone from social media. What they're selling may not be right for you. It may not be right for your goals or your wallet, honestly. Now, if you take exogenous ketones, let me know what you take them for and how they help you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Thanks.